What do you think is the future in logistics in the service industry?
That's an interesting question. Traditionally, the service industry doesn't need too much, but of course it needs people. And one of the greatest logistical challenges for a service company is to make sure the right people are in the right place at the right time with the right support packages, the right office infrastructure and the rest. So if you think about, let's say, winning a big contract in the Middle East for a consultancy firm here in your country, in Peru, these are the things we have to look at. So I believe that logistics and supply chain conferences are important for you in the service industry, just as for manufacturers.
Also in the same direction, Eric wants to know what are the future trends in the finance and bank system, of course, in logistic aspect.
Okay, logistics for finance and banking, well, the most obvious one has been moving cash. It's a nightmare, complete nightmare. And of course, COVID has been wonderful news for banks because many people switched almost immediately to online payment or the digital mobile and so on.
Crypto? You moved to crypto, no?
Crypto. Bitcoin and stuff. Yuck. I would say...
Or Ether.
If you want to...
Or Binance.
I would say, if you want to go and play roulette, go to Las Vegas. Okay? You may win more money than on Bitcoin. I'd be very, very, very careful. Be very afraid. And I'd say the same about blockchain and some big data projects. I warned my banking clients, you're talking about banks. I work with many of the largest banks in the world. For the last 10 years, I have said, many of you will lose more than $1 billion together. 2 billion, 3 billion on bad big data solutions. Do you know why? I showed you that the future is about emotion, and often it's the little things. It's little data that matters. It's the little data that actually people in the shower are having a problem because the print is too small. Little things. Meanwhile, you have this huge hotel chain that's looking at their bookings data and all their analytics and their demographics, and they've missed it altogether. So it's little data that really matters for banking. As regards logistics, of course, the issue is cash and getting rid of it. Bitcoin, very risky. Be very careful about blockchain projects. Again, I'll say this. Many of the largest logistics and supply chain companies will find themselves losing a lot of money experimenting with blockchain. Yes, we have to sort things out, but I can tell you there are cheaper ways to do it. I mean, electronic bills of lading, electronic customs forms, the kind of things we take for granted with COVID. We've seen fantastic innovation with COVID to help get paperwork into line. So it was very clean and easy for me to come into this country. I had to submit a lot of documents, a bit like moving freight, coming back to services again, okay? Moving me was a logistical challenge, getting me here, okay? But I did, and it's all digital. We have yet to see the same kind of urgent investment by many countries, especially in emerging markets, into the digital, the same digital equivalent for freight. But we can solve it. We have all the tools. Do you need blockchain to allow me to come into the country? No. Do you need blockchain to verify my vaccination status? No. Do you really need blockchain to verify a customs document? I doubt it. There are other ways to do these things. By the way, did you know that a single Bitcoin transaction uses more energy than your home does in a whole week? Did you know that? Even with the air conditioning on all day and all night. Put your hands up if you know that. It's an inefficient technology. Visa does 28,000 transactions, I think, every hour. You cannot use Bitcoin or blockchain is just a version of the same technology. You cannot use blockchain or Bitcoin technologies to replace payments going through banking systems. It's impossible. Now, yes, cryptocurrencies do have a future. Yes, some will survive. Yes, blockchain will have a role in supply chain management. But be careful, you do not want to be too early or you'll be killed. Too much cost, too many bugs, okay?